we talking about today? All right. What do y'all want to start out with? Actually, you know what? I'll start. Jacob, last episode, me and you had a long and thoughtful discussion about something very thought-provoking and deep. How far have you gotten to Red Dead 2?
I don't have an update for you.
Have you played it any?
Yes.
What part of the story have you got to?
None.
How many hours have you logged in now?
24.
And what have you been doing in that time?
Clint Eastwood Simulator.
No, not Clint Eastwood
Yeah,
Simulator.
it's Clint Eastwood Simulator, I can assure you.
Yep, Psychopath Simulator.
Hang 'em high. Hang 'em high, Clint Eastwood.
Been tying some old ladies to railroads and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not really old ladies, but I think really, really young ladies, like children.
Can't really kill children on the game.
Yeah, I've noticed.
Yeah.
And
what you looking at?
I think I hear a bee, and I'm terrified of them damn things.
Bees?
Yeah,
I hate bees too.
I'm terrified of them. Anyway.
Well, suck it up and be a man.
Okay.
Bee comes around me, I'll be like...
Yeah, I don't have any update really on the story. I plan to do the story at some point.
One of these days.
One of these days. Yeah.
Yep.
Bang boom, straight to the moon.
Yep.
I've been playing Spider-Man.
Yep. What's your thoughts on Spider-Man?
I love that game.
Uh-huh.
We were just not playing it.
We done all 55 backpacks.
Yeah,
in about an hour.
Yeah.
We done all the towers.
We did all.
We did all the fist things.
We made a music video.
We made the greatest music video ever.
Because Tyler insisted on blasting "Hero" by Chad Kroeger.
For anybody that don't know, for context, Hero was on the soundtrack of the 2002 Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
One of the greatest movies of all time.
It is an awesome movie.
It is a great movie.
One awesome song, too. And we were recording music videos to it.
Mm-hmm.
And the very first time I was thinking, this is either going to be amazing or terrible because, we had to get the timing down, you know?
I nailed it.
Yeah, and Tyler had the controller because he's the veteran. And I started blasting Hero. I'm sure the neighbors are pissed.
Mm-hmm.
They've heard nothing but Rockstar and Nickelback all freaking day. And he jumps off the damn thing, and as soon as he does, the chorus just right there, really good.
I killed it. I hit the timing just right.
And
I knew when to slow down and everything. That was one of the silliest. That's a good YouTube video idea.
Yeah, we're going to do that.
It's just a stupid montage of a parody of that 2001 music video.
It's been confirmed. We're going to put it up.
Lonely Lunchbox.
Yeah, it'll be up on the Lonely Lunchbox channel. Check it out.
Subscribe, that really is one of the goofiest things ever. Because I remember early 2000s, they always had like I just showed you all that TV spot for Batman Begins from 2005.
Yeah.
And they put Nickelback over it. And it's like, this fits the tone. This does not fit the tone at all.
Yeah.
And they always done that for all these movies. Catwoman had a really funny soundtrack.
What does Nickelback fit the
nothing.
tone to?
Nothing.
I feel like I could come up with one.
They're in Daredevil. Nickelback's in Daredevil.
Yeah, they are.
2004
Yeah,
Daredevil.
they sure are.
Yeah, we're 2003.
It would have to fit like a real douche tube music.
Like a bro movie?
Yeah, but not a good one like American Pie.
Yeah.
It doesn't fit American Pie at all.
No.
But
maybe one of the
it could
DVD.
fit. Yeah,
American
like a
Pies.
straight to DVD parody movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like what do you not another no not that one.
You're gonna say
Starving Games.
Yeah.
Nothing fits with Starving Games, therefore that's where it deserves to go.
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, we just got the idea because I always thought it was funny whenever I was a kid, and especially nowadays, that back then they just had these crappy music videos for these movies. Spider-Man had one, Batman Begins had one, and none of them fit the context of the movie. So I was like, hey, let's put Hero over this. And I started swinging, and I
nailed it.
I nailed it.
Yeah.
I wanted to die.
It was beautiful.
I wanted to die.
That one we did, what was the other one where I did like the catwalk with Spider-Man? That one was really stupid.
Was that the one with the baby?
Yeah.
Baby. Yeah.
Yep.
Bloodhound Gang.
Yeah,
But,
you also wanted to do like the main Spider-Man theme.
Yeah. Spider-Man. We did that one. But overall, that game's awesome.
It is.
You don't have to deal with the backpacks now.
I don't.
Or the towers, so you got that out of the way. I guess my next question would be, what is your favorite movie you've watched from a first-time director?
It would have to be your pick.
Hereditary?
Yeah, it would have to be Hereditary, without a doubt. Mainly because I can't think of a movie.
I'm not
watched-
talking about like their first feature. I'm just talking about like your first impression. Like,
Oh,
First movie you've watched
What-
from a director.
no. What I'm saying is, you got it right. What you're saying is right, Brian.
The first movie a director made.
Like, say you're going to a theater and you don't know anything about this director or
Yeah.
anything.
and I can't think of a time that.
And Hereditary is the only time.
The only time that's happened to me, actually, I was 5, and that was the 2002 Spider-Man movie. I think that was the first.
But that wasn't Sam Raimi's first movie, though.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Hereditary would have to be the best one, just because I can't think off the top of my head of another time that's happened.
Mm-hmm. And you don't have an answer, do you?
I guess I do. If you're going off of that, I would say Andrei Tarkovsky. I hate to keep bringing him up because it's getting to where it's like it's in every podcast, but
He's a great director.
the first movie I watched, it made me hate communism.
Stalker?
Yeah.
That wasn't his first movie, though.
No, it wasn't.
But that was your first impression of the director. I get what you're saying.
Yeah. I watched that movie when I was like probably 13, and
Mhm.
I went and I was so interested in it. I went and I like Wikipedia'd
Mhm.
Andrei Tarkovsky and found out like what all had happened to him, and I was like, dear Lord.
Yeah. But that's a good pick.
So from that day on, I was like, better dead than red.
What's your topic?
Topic I wanted to go into?
Yeah.
My topic was CG versus practical effects.
Practical.
Well, I think
Practical.
anybody would choose
Yeah.
practical
The
effects.
Thing, John Carpenter.
Yep.
Yeah, but I guess the thing I wanted to go is, can you guys think of like a good argument for CG?
No.
I can in a lot of areas, I guess, because David Fincher uses a lot. For example, like
Which I didn't know.
yeah, and you won't be able to tell he's that good at it. So I would say it serves a purpose, but you have to know exactly what you're doing with it. CG works with practical. I think you have to mishmash them both together. Like Jurassic Park uses a lot of practical effects for the dinosaurs, but also with certain shots, whenever it's darker, they use CG,
Right.
and you can't tell the difference
Right.
because the lighting has changed. So I think it just depends on who the director is and if they know what they're doing.
I would actually give one argument for CG. If you want to make something really, really trippy,
Mhm.
CG is probably the way to go.
Well,
Practical.
There is one movie that is really trippy that don't use CG. Beyond the Black
It doesn't
Rainbow.
use CG.
No,
Really?
no, they use like paintings and like ink blocks and stuff.
Okay.
That's how they.
well, yeah.
That's how they created that whole entire yeah.
Yeah,
it was mainly just drawings.
Whatever. Yeah.
So you don't really need, I guess, CG. But if a
Well,
director can use it
I've
well,
watched like these YouTube videos.
Mhm.
They're like what's it called More Meat. I think's the name of them.
what?
It's a trippy video, and it'll give you nightmares. But
Well, anything called More Meat, I'm sure is very interesting.
yeah, and it's pretty much just this like blob that comes alive and shapes itself however it wants to, and then starts like dancing,
Mhm.
like stretching itself to ungodly proportions and stuff, and
Yeah.
dancing to this like trip hop music, and it's just weird, dude.
Mhm.
But they use CG, and I'm like, that's probably one of the weirdest things I've ever seen in my life. So,
I don't even think Under the Skin used CG. I think what they did there was actually they had that was just clever editing because you know that part where it turns into like mush, that guy turns into mush. All that was just like a human bodysuit that they made.
really,
Yeah, like they had it full and then they would suck the stuff they had in it out. So that was practical.
Right.
It looked real.
It was always to me the worst offender, the worst genre of CG that I've seen that uses CG is probably horror. Every
Yes.
single time a horror film uses CG,
It's terrible.
it takes me out of it, and it's always bad. I
Mhm.
can't think of one horror film that used CG well.
I can't either.
I can't. If you put a gun to my head, I can't think of one right now. And maybe if I think about it for a few days,
Mhm.
go through all the horror films I've seen that use CG.
Well, horror movies cost nothing to make. What's
True.
the point in using CG? I don't get it either. The only time I can think CG was used quite well in a horror film was Silent Hill, weirdly enough. And it ain't used for like the monsters or anything. Like they actually did them practical. They only used it for like the bleeding effect for the walls.
Okay.
And that's fine. I understand that. But using like fake blood, using CGI blood and stuff like that for a horror movie, why?
or CGI monsters.
That's stupid.
Yes.
yeah, like a ninja assassin. The CGI blood ninja assassin.
God. I will actually defend that movie. It is a guilty pleasure.
It's
for
a piece
me.
of shit.
It is bad, but it's a guilty pleasure.
I
for me.
like the movie. I thought it was hilarious.
I think it's terrible.
I think it's fun.
He shoves the woman
But-
in like the
And I like the opening of that movie, but
Laundromat.
the CG is it's awful in that movie. But yeah, which honestly, with horror, why would you use anything but practical effects? Really?
Go down to the store, get you some syrup, and get you some red dye. Make some fake blood.
Get some prosthetics, get some rubber, make a good monster.
Yeah.
I mean,
Put effort into it.
put effort into it.
That's all you got to
get some
do.
hamburger meat and fill up a rubber mallet with it, and then just like shape it how you want it.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
I never understood why you would use anything but practical effects in horror.
I don't get it either. I think it's lazy.
Just do something that isn't on a computer.
That's true.
But it's either lazy
Like
or
a podcast.
Don't do this.
It's stupid.
But yeah, that's pretty much mine because I have seen movies that use CG well, like some of the Marvel films use CG very well.
Well, yeah, they have like some of the best animators in the business.
Yeah,
But I will say, even in them movies, it is very distracting.
yeah, it can
Like
be.
you see, I remember in Infinity War, there's this like background where Thanos is at, and you can tell it's just a green screen. Like, there's no depth to it.
And I can't remember which movie, but there were a few. I think there was more than one movie where some of the like actors were CG'd,
Mm-hmm.
like in certain scenes. Where,
In a lot of them, they are.
There's that movie
because-
with Harrison Ford that the dog is CG throughout the entire movie.
Have you seen the trailer to that?
It looks
No.
awful.
Holy crap! It looks horrible. Yes, I know exactly what you're talking. It came out this year.
Last year.
It came out this year, I believe.
I thought it came out in 2019.
I thought it came out earlier this year, but
Well, how long ago?
well, we'll get it. Fact checked it.
Oh, yeah.
But,
Was it Woody
yeah.
Harrelson? Is that his name?
No,
What's his name? Dude in
Han
Cyberpunk.
Solo.
Yeah, what's his name?
Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford.
But yeah, like the only time the worst ever distracted me is whenever like a person is obviously CG. Like I don't even think Marvel is the worst offender. Star Wars is the worst offender for it. You know, where like they'll use like a CG person.
Yeah. But I will give Star Wars credit in this fact that they do use a lot of practical effects for
They do.
the environments,
They do, and
which
I
is
do
something
appreciate
Marvel does not do. And I don't understand. Like, they do CGI buildings, for God's sake, like
that. Yeah,
interiors.
Yeah, I understand.
What's the
yeah.
point doing a
Yeah, I
CGI
agree with-
interior?
I agree with that.
That
you
is
know,
dumb.
You know,
Which
which is weird because in the prequels, all it was CG.
oh, yeah.
It was pretty much just a 3D animated movie with
You were correct.
with human beings
Came out
standing
this
in the
year?
middle of it.
2020. February.
I thought so.
That's weird. I thought they came in last year. For sure.
I remember because all the big hoopla
Yeah,
about the
'cause-
CGI dog.
that was funny.
The trailer is hilarious to the movie.
Because I remember watching the Red Letter Media reviews of
Mhm.
those prequels, and yeah,
They're funny.
they're funny, but just all the detail that they go into, and you figure out just what truly is wrong with these movies,
Mm-hmm.
and it is kind of fascinating.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was really what I wanted to talk about. Just because of the fact that I am a practical effects guy, I have grown to kind of become one of those, and
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, CG, especially bad CG, has always
It's just distracting.
it takes me out of a movie so
like,
quick.
bad practical effects are cool.
Yeah,
I can get past bad practical effects.
yeah, because at least it.
It's tangible.
Yes.
Cough, Ed Wood.
Hey, Ed Wood put a lot of effort into his movies.
Yeah.
I actually like Ed Wood movies.
Hey, at least it was something he was passionate
I think
about.
part of Ed Wood is actually ahead of times.
Yeah.
Like, he's not like a great director or anything, but he had some cool ideas for movies. Just didn't really have the brain power to do it, or really the equipment or money. But he was ambitious.
Yeah, the means.
But yeah, that was just pretty much my topic.
Mm-hmm. What's yours there, Sir Jacob?
If you could choose one language to learn and you had to learn it to watch movies with or anything really, what would you choose? What language?
Chinese.
Why Chinese?
Because of movies like Oh Boy, Audition, films like that. I like to see the original Rangu, which is The Ring, but the original version. So I guess, or is that? I don't know if that's Chinese or Japanese.
I think
it's Japanese.
I think it's
I think it's
Japanese.
Japanese. Well, is The Grudge Japanese?
Yes.
It is. But
because a lot of those like movies from the early 2000s have
Mhm.
kind of got transported over to the US. I think they were.
If it's
Japanese.
pale
Yeah.
girl with black hair, it is Japanese.
that was their thing.
yeah.
But Audition,
Yeah, they love the pale girls.
what was it? Like you said, Crouching Tiger.
Crouching child.
I was going to say Chiger.
I thought he was a child.
No, Crouching Child.
Hidden dragon.
You'll never find me.
I'm crawling through high ground.
But Just films like that, I guess.
Yeah, mine would probably be Japanese,
Mm-hmm.
just because I do love Japanese
Anime.
films.
Yeah.
Japanese films, and I am kind of a fan of anime, so
Mm-hmm.
that it would be kind of fun, like
Anime's stupid.
watching anime or a Japanese film and not needing the subtitles, just knowing what they were saying.
Mm-hmm. And what was your choice?
Russian, because of
Your boy.
my boy Andre, rest
Tark.
in peace, baby. And as well as all these like mil sim games I play, like the enemies speak Russian. So
Yeah.
I'd like to be able to understand them.
It would be kind of cool to go back and play. I think this was Japanese. Silent Hill 2.
That is Japanese.
Yeah, that'd be really cool to learn the language, just so you can play the OG version of that.
Mm-hmm.
OGU version.
Yeah, OG.
I thought you said OGU. For real,
yeah,
I thought
you
that's
said
what
OG.
you said.
You said OG, don't worry. But
OG.
OGU.
Let me clarify. But I guess it'd be cool to learn a language so you could play the old school Silent Hill with original subtitles and things like that. So it'd be cool. But you know what game I've thought about buying?
What?
I don't know if it's any good or if y'all have heard anything about it. Final Fantasy VII.
I've actually,
Final Fantasy's were masterpiece.
Yeah, I want to get a hold of that too. The remaster.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wanting to get a hold of that too. Actually,
I've heard it's awesome.
I have too, because I'll be honest. The reason why I'm interested in playing it now, it's not because I'm really interested in the original game or anything. It's mainly because me and Jake are huge fans of Team 4-Star, the guys that do all those abridged series. I know you're not a fan of the abridged series, but
no, I think it's horrible.
Yeah, but me and Jake are, and they made a Final Fantasy VII abridged series where they kind of made their own version. And I've been watching the whole thing, and they do their own thing with it, but I'm kind of interested, like, something, I'd like to know what this actual story is.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of like interesting concepts here that they're building around.
The game looks awesome.
Yeah, the game does look great.
Like, I've heard the boss battles are just insane. So
yeah, I am wanting to get a hold of it.
I'd be down to play it.
Yeah.
I think it's out now, ain't it?
Yeah, it is.
PS4?
Yeah.
Yep. So, what about you, Jacob? Any games you're looking forward to?
What's that new Bethesda game coming out? Starfield?
Uh-huh.
I have a very good feeling about it, honestly. I do.
Why?
I'm not a Bethesda fanboy anymore, sadly.
For obvious reasons.
Fallout
76 is great.
They hurt me real bad, and I've forgiven them for it.
What about Todd Howard? Have you forgiven him?
I can't. I can't.
Come on, you gotta forgive Todd.
Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies.
Have you seen that face?
It's true. Did you know he was a member of the chess club?
You know he has 16 times the detail.
16 times.
Yep. With all new rendering, lighting, and landscaping technology.
But back whenever
he's over Star-Lord. Why would you have faith in that project?
Just give me a minute. I'll explain to you.
It's his baby, actually. I think it's actually one he's been dying to make.
It is. In Skyrim, back whenever it was at the height of its popularity, and they started. At first, it was like, okay, they come together. They're like, we're going to re-release a video game. We don't know which one yet, though. We're like, all right, awesome. We'll get Morrowind or Oblivion. That'll be awesome. And then they were like, also paid mods for Skyrim on computer, which hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone hated it, of course, because why would they do that? But anyway, beyond that, we go past that, and I forgave them for that because they took it back and they apologized. Then they re-released the game 17 times.
It's on Nintendo Switch now.
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
It's on.
How the hell does that fit on Nintendo Switch? Which
I
guess
fairly well, apparently.
I guess Legend of Zelda.
Doom is on Nintendo Switch, dude.
Really?
Yeah, Doom is. And it runs pretty well.
That's cool.
And but then I did some research because I used to be like, oh, I'm buying every Bethesda game ever. Bought Fallout 4. That was the very last game from Bethesda I bought.
That game sucks.
Released. Yeah. That
game blows.
I played it for 60 hours when it first released. Mm-hmm. I haven't picked it up in 4 years.
Yeah.
And
it's okay.
After that, I was like, I'm not going to buy another game from them. And I've been lucky not to because Elder Scrolls Online sucked.
How long did you play Fallout 4?
About 40, 50 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Fallout 76 sucked. and now they've got this Star.
Even Fallout 3 ain't that good.
Fallout 3 ain't that good. No,
Yeah.
they're not good at making Fallout games.
No, they're terrible at it.
Yeah, the writing is awful.
Yep.
And then you've got this new game coming out, and I was like, "You've hurt me so many times, but I'll give you a chance to come back in my life, like an abused housewife."
That's what I was about to say. It's like spouse abuse.
Yeah, and I looked into the game, and it's an actual passion project. That's what's making me excited for it because, you know, I've just I've thought about it, and I'm like,
Did they say they had?
I'm ready to be hurt again.
Did they say they had a lot of passion in Fallout 76 too?
No,
Like
there was no passion.
They
No.
don't-
I know there wasn't, but I'm saying Todd Howard came out and
that was purely everyone knew that wasn't because they put that off on the B team. You watched Internet Story and you know the story. That wasn't a passion project, and I never thought it was. But
even the games that are passion projects by them are disasters. Fallout 4 is a buggy mess.
I know Fallout 4 sucked.
Yeah.
That wasn't a passion project either.
Oh my god! What Skyrim is. You're just gonna say that all the games that are good about Bethesda were passion projects, and all the other ones suck.
Well, Oblivion,
because they wasn't passionate about it.
Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim all were. Fallout New Vegas was not, but it was their best Fallout.
They didn't make Fallout.
I know that was Obsidian.
Yeah, they just gave it to someone else that was passionate about it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and then they went out and made a better Fallout game, which was called Outer Worlds.
Yeah.
Actually,
I've been thinking about replaying that.
That game's awesome,
Mm-hmm.
But I'm ready to be hurt again.
Yeah,
I am.
I'm
giving it a chance.
I can't wait for it to be a train wreck.
I hate to see what Bethesda's become, but
yeah, I feel like that's gonna be a mess. I'm sorry.
It might be, but I have hope for it actually.
Especially after seeing something like Outer Worlds, I don't know why people accept Bethesda's buggy messes.
Well, it's the thing. They don't really anymore.
I'm
Fallout
saying,
76 got terrible hate.
Yeah, but I feel like whenever the Star Wars game comes out and it's like just a single player game with no microtransactions or whatever, and it's still going to be a buggy mess, all these people will be like, 9 out of 10. It's a really great game.
Well, that's the thing. Bethesda's really good at creating shells of games since Skyrim. Like
that's the thing. Skyrim's a buggy mess.
Oblivion was their last full fleshed out game, in my opinion. You don't need any mods to play Oblivion.
It just has people.
Amazing.
It just has people voice.
Well,
it just has people voice acting in the wrong area.
Well, yeah, but that was actually very revolutionary for the time it was released too. To have that scale of a game and have all that,
I guess. But still, was it on 360?
That was one of the first games released for 360.
360, I thought so.
So I give Oblivion a pass on the AI and stuff because it's first of all it's hilarious and yeah, it's immersion breaking, but I don't care. It's funny and it entertains me.
Sure.
And then they released Skyrim, and Skyrim was a good shell of a game.
Skyrim has a lot of issues, especially the save issue.
Well, that's the thing. They released all the
save issues. Unforgivable.
Oh yeah, but they released all the modding tools, and everyone in the community makes the game into an absolute masterpiece, which is awesome.
But that's not Bethesda, though.
No, it ain't Bethesda.
Yeah,
but they did make the shell of the game, so I have to give them credit where credit's due.
I guess. I don't like Bethesda. I think they're a joke. But let's talk about some movies, I guess, now.
Okay.
Which movie are we starting off with?
Son of the Mask.
Were we just diving into the deep end?
This is the best movie of the week.
It is the best movie.
Oh my god.
This thing is a piece of shit.
Yep.
So do you want me to give the plot analogy?
Sure, you go right ahead, Jacob.
Okay, so the plot, it takes off where the mask ended. An original Stanley Ipkiss took the mask and tossed it into a river.
Mm-hmm.
It's now washed up in some sort of stream, and somebody's found it. And he puts the mask on, and a baby wants to kill everything or something. I mean, I can't really remember.
He impregnates his wife while wearing the mask.
Have you seen a deleted scene from the movie?
No.
It has sperm masks going through her.
Oh my god!
I'm not kidding.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, like whenever he gets down with her, they have a part where like she goes to the doctor to see if she's pregnant, and it shows like inside of her belly, it's like sperm masks going everywhere.
Oh
like,
yeah, I have seen that one.
Yeah.
And so the movie pretty much turns into a shitty ripoff of Tom and Jerry.
Yes,
in a way.
with the dog and the baby.
Yeah, with the dog and the baby.
They're trying to kill each other.
Yeah, and there's some parts that absolutely crack me up,
Mm-hmm.
just because how terrible it is. They got a damn musical number in it.
There's that part where he like just starts ripping women's clothes off on a stage.
Yeah,
I was like, this is a very interesting movie.
Yes, it is. The mask makeup.
Oh yeah, it's terrible. Oh, what's that one part where he takes that guy's face off?
Oh,
It's like really
Lord,
bad
yeah.
CGI.
Yeah.
And like the guy, there's one funny part in that whole part right there, and it's where the crazy guy throws something at the bald guy, and the bald guy goes, "Ow." I thought that was actually kind of funny, but it got one laugh out of me for the whole movie. So
yeah, good movie.
This was the worst suggestion so far. This whole entire podcast.
It's the worst movie.
Don't worry, I've got more where that's from.
This movie is truly a piece of shit.
I haven't seen this movie in like a decade. I don't think.
You didn't rewatch it?
No. But
Brian, all you gotta do is type in "Son of Mask best scenes."
Oh my god,
best scenes. Yeah. I will say there's one thing that everybody should check out on the internet, on YouTube, and it's this one guy. He made like a "What happens if David Lynch directed Son of the Mask?" And it's the weirdest thing I have ever seen in my entire life. It is truly creepy. But continue on, Brian. What's your thoughts on this masterpiece?
There's not really much to say about this movie.
No, there really isn't. It's a piece of shit. I just figured we could extend the conversation.
It's horrible. It's awful. Oh my god, it's so bad.
I watched it this week, so you should be feeling sorry for me.
I watched the best of scenes.
Huh?
I watched the best.
I watched the whole movie.
I
hated it.
You know,
I thought it was horrible.
You type in Son of the Mask best of, and it's like 3.5 minutes of video.
Really?
Yeah, that's more than I thought it would be, though.
Yeah, I think the only thing that I can say that I found somewhat entertaining was the guy playing Loki.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I don't think that there's a single redeemable thing about this movie.
No, it's awful.
It's weird. Every terrible movie I think of, I think it would just be better if you put Vince McMahon in there as the bad guy.
Sure.
That's all you got to do. Movie's fixed.
I could
fixed.
imagine Vince McMahon screaming Loki the way Odin screams his name throughout the movie.
I just want to see like Vince McMahon's "Here Comes the Money," and then like he walks out in his Vince McMahon pose, you know, and then
puts
on Loki.
Puts on the green mask.
Yeah, it doesn't change him though.
No,
he corrupts the mask.
The mask falls off him and rots.
No, it turns into the big W and starts like running around, like running everything it touches.
And then Undertaker comes out from behind him
and choke slams both of them.
Yeah. But I guess we'll move on to my pick.
No, we won't.
AT.
We're going to take a break. We're going to take a quick break.
Alrighty.
Insert lunch noises.
So, you ready to talk about A Teacher?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Alrighty. I figured I would. Who wants to start? Actually,
you can. It's your movie.
I actually want to hear Brian's opinion on it first.
Yeah, Brian, you start, idiot.
Dumbass.
God.
I didn't like this movie.
Okay, that's fine.
Not in the sense that I didn't like. Not in the same sense that I didn't like Ivan's Childhood or
Marriage Story
or Under the Skin. Where like with those movies, I could say I respected those movies. They just weren't my thing.
Mm-hmm.
This movie, I just don't think it's a good movie.
Okay,
I'm sorry. I think that a huge problem with the movie is really the first half hour of it. I was checking in and out a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like I really was not interested with the first half hour. But here's the thing: it's very boring. But I think that's the point it's supposed to show, because it's showing that this woman's life is very boring and she's kind of fed up with how boring it is, and the only kind of excitement or thrill or joy she's getting is
from this high schooler.
Is from this high school student that she is teaching. So I get what it was coming from there, but really, I only started getting interested in it halfway through when she was getting more and more nervous about her getting caught.
Mm-hmm.
About whether like he's being reckless with it or, like just, taking too many chances with it. And I was thinking she's going to get so wrapped up in this paranoia that it just blows the whole thing wide open. Or, she just starts getting like crazy from that. But no, the last 20 minutes of it just becomes another typical Fatal Attraction movie. And that, to me...
I like the way it's executed, though, the final 20 minutes, to me. I don't. I do agree with you. This is not a perfect movie. The only reason I suggested this movie truly is because this was from a first-time director,
Okay.
and I think she did a lot of things right.
Right.
As I mentioned to you earlier, one of my favorite aspects of this film was a neat little scene where she's in the bathroom at the dance, and this is after the ranch scene, and her and that boy ain't talking anymore, and that boy's dancing with a girl at prom.
Mm-hmm.
And then she goes in the bathroom and she starts to, just look in the mirror and wash her hands. And all right, where were we at? We had to pause.
You were talking about the bathroom scene.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, the bathroom scene in A Teacher. I guess my favorite thing about that is whenever she goes in the bathroom, she's wearing her colors. Her outfit is black and red, and whenever the girl comes in, that the boy was dancing with, her colors on her dress are black and red. And earlier in the film, the teacher, whenever she's about to meet up with the students, she puts on lipstick, and the girl's doing the same thing in the bathroom, which is to insinuate they're about to, well, So I guess I thought that was a cool visual way of showing the jealousy she's having at that moment. So I think there's a lot of positives this director does for her first feature, but I mentioned to you that one of the biggest flaws of the movie is that really the pacing whenever it comes to this movie could have been longer because they really don't explore many of the themes well enough, I felt at least, because they have because the movie essentially is supposed to be about this lady who falls in love with this younger boy because she wants to escape adulthood and she wants to I guess be with wants to go back to her youth, and her mom's sick and all this stuff. She don't talk to her family. And I only have one scene that really shows that with her brother.
And it's like 10 seconds long.
Yeah, it's nothing. And that's really the catalyst for the whole plot. So
yeah,
it's one of the biggest flaws with the film.
And I noticed that because that scene, there's no like in-depth talk or anything. She just leaves.
Yeah, they just show up and she just leaves.
And then the scene where she says that she wants to put the relationship on hold, there's no talk after that. It just cuts to the next scene.
Yeah.
And then whenever like the guy starts getting like aggressive with her and won't stop, like putting his hands on her when she's saying no, there's no follow up to that. It just cuts again whenever she fights it away.
I viewed that as just a dumb high school kid.
Okay.
I didn't think that needed to be explored, but I do think that the catalyst for the whole plot, the family situation, should have.
Right.
But I would say that the film overall, it has a great score, great cinematography. I would say the script, it's got interesting themes, but it does not take the time to explore any of them in any meaningful way. It has no interesting metaphors that it presents them with or anything. But I do think that this director does have some interesting ideas, and if she continues on, I think she can make some great films.
Okay.
I think I picked this film. For me, I'd give it a 6 out of 10 at the highest, just because I kind of respect it for a first-time feature.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, I respect it on that level.
All right.
What's your thoughts on it, Jacob?
It did not entertain me.
Yeah.
TLDR.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't fun. It was just boring.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to watch this stupid stuff. I wanted to watch,
Son of the Mask.
If I wanted to
look,
I'd rather watch Son of the Mask.
After what
at least it's entertaining.
Oh God, Jake.
I'd rather have a pint of liquor than ever watch that movie. It's a piece of shit. But please continue.
Okay, so if I wanted to watch anything to do with romance, I'd watch Days of Our Lives. Not this crappy piece of shit.
Mm-hmm. Days of Our Lives is so much better.
That's quality.
Mm-hmm.
Those are real people.
They are real people. Yes, the actors are real people.
Those are real people.
Yeah. Speaking of actors, I will say that
the main actress is great.
Whoever,
all the acting is really good.
All the acting is good, but
at least the cinematography was good.
Specifically, was really, really good.
Yeah, she's great.
It was a standout performance.
She's actually in a movie we've talked about before, The Invitation.
Yeah.
She plays the crazy lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I could have sworn she looked familiar because I feel like I've seen her in like a slasher film from the early 2000s. I feel like
she might have been.
But
I really enjoyed it. Not on it's a great level or anything, but just from a first-time filmmaker, I was thinking, this is a pretty good effort.
Okay.
I respect it on that level. I think she did a lot of cool things with it.
I remember I showed you the synopsis on Amazon Prime.
Oh yeah, it's nonsense.
The synopsis.
It is so stupid. It has nothing to do with the movie. Almost.
It actually calls a teacher dating her student an innocent fling.
Yeah.
The synopsis calls it that.
Yeah, whenever you showed that to me, I was like, good Lord, Amazon, what are you doing? You idiots. But that did have me laughing. But I guess we'll move on to Brian's pick.
Yeah, which I think mine was arguably the best movie of the week.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't think it's happened before.
It's a great movie.
Get Shorty was my pick. I would have put it in my top 20 list of favorite films.
Mm-hmm.
I really love this movie. And the main reason why is the script.
Yeah.
It's got probably
the script is really funny.
I think it's got one of the best comedic, comical scripts of all time. And I do count it as a parody movie. Mm-hmm. Well, satire, maybe, because I think we've established
I would say it's satire. I would say it honestly. Instead, like, what do you think it's satiring?
I think it's satirizing Hollywood culture.
I agree. That's what I thought, too. I thought you were going to say it's sabotaging mob movies or whatever, but I think it has more to do with Hollywood.
Yeah,
it's making fun of like how shady and stupid Hollywood is.
Yeah, and mainly just about like the privileged lifestyle and the entitled lifestyle that a lot of like very wealthy Hollywood people live.
Like there was that one part where that actress is like, I've never been in a real movie or whatever, and John Travolta was like, oh, you were marvelous in that movie or whatever.
Yeah,
the scene is so stupid.
It's like a B horror film.
Yeah. It's like, oh man, that was the greatest acting I've ever seen.
Yeah,
like, it's hilarious.
Yeah, one of my favorites is whenever like the guy, what's his name? Danny DeVito. He's playing that one actor, and he comes to he goes to that restaurant. He just starts getting like really picky with the waiter on what he wants.
Yeah, like this is my restaurant, bitch.
Yeah,
yeah.
But my favorite scene, without a doubt, though, is whenever what's his name? Lex Luthor, the horror film director that John Travolta's hanging around with. Mm-hmm. Whenever that
Lex Luthor,
yeah, he played Lex Luthor.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna call him Lex Luthor. Whenever the mob boss comes in to see Lex Luthor, and it just turns into a complete.
Are you talking about the scene where he's like
he beats him up?
Yeah,
so
like hits him over the head with
that big roller phone.
Yeah.
And mainly what triggers him.
He's like, look at me in my eyes or something.
Yeah, like, look at me. And that's pretty much what sets him off.
He's like, I am looking. Boom.
Yeah. Why don't you take a good effing look at this?
And just smacks him in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because Chili says that, the main character Chili, and he hates Chili.
Yeah.
So as soon as he starts quoting Chili, that just sets him off. And I love that.
I would say it's a good movie. I would say that the set design's pretty good. The acting's pretty good. The script's really funny. Cinematography blows.
There's some good shots in it, I think.
I think it looks horrible. I think it looks like a bland studio movie, but I think the script is what really saves it, and the actors.
Yeah.
They make it awesome. But I would say overall it's a really good film. What's your thoughts on Get Shorty?
Not big on it.
Not big on it?
Yeah. I never was big on it. I watched it.
What's your favorite movies out of the three we talked about today?
I swear to God.
He's going to say something of the mask.
I swear to God, I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill him.
He's going to say something of the mask.
I'd rather watch Get Shorty as to watch Son of the Mask.
Okay. So I had the worst movie to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your movie sucked.
All right.
But I have a side note here that I just looked at. I pulled up Harrison Ford's page from earlier. Yeah, Harrison Ford's page on Wikipedia. In 2009, Ford signed a petition in support of Roman Polanski calling for his release after he was arrested in Switzerland for his 1977 charge for drugging and raping a 13-year-old girl.
Yeah. You didn't know that?
Harrison Ford supported that?
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people in Hollywood did. They're awful. Hollywood's terrible. Why does it surprise you?
Dear God, I thought he was like a...
Have you ever seen that Oscar video of the pianist whenever Roman Polanski won Best Picture? Like, everybody just stood up for Roman Polanski, started clapping. And this was after everybody knew what he'd done. They're just like, oh, yeah, Roman, you're so great.
We need to nuke that fucking place. It's awful.
Yeah, Hollywood's pretty terrible. It's like Bryan Singer, the director of X-Men, is apparently an evil human being. And yeah, there's a lot of people like that in Hollywood. Hollywood sucks. Which I guess is kind of, I guess, honestly, is kind of topical with today's podcast because of Get Shorty.
Yeah. Well, Get Shorty, it's not as like dark.
No. But I am saying Hollywood is terrible. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just full of entitled, stupid
Which
people.
is weird because John Travolta loves Hollywood.
That are apparently child rapists.
Oh, yeah, a lot of them are. Yeah.
because John Travolta loves being John Travolta's character Chili loves being in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
Like he loves it down here.
Yeah.
But it is kind of funny the fact that this.
I view his character as an idiot, though.
I don't think he is.
I think he's pretty stupid.
I don't think he is. I think he's one of the smarter characters in the movie.
Mm.
But the reason why I say this is the fact is that a loan shark is one of the most professional, clean cut people in this whole film, and he's in Hollywood surrounded by a bunch of directors and actors.
Yeah,
and I think that's also kind of like a satire in of itself that this loan shark is actually probably more morally upright
than a lot of these actors and directors.
Yes,
yeah,
and that's was something that I actually kind of enjoy about that.
And saying he's the smartest character in the movie is not saying much.
True, because most of the
everybody's an idiot.
Everybody is kind of an idiot.
On purpose.
Yeah, on purpose.
Yeah. But I would say Get Shorty's a good film.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. What's your score for it?
It's a rare 10 out of 10 for me.
10 out of 10. What's your score, Jake?
4.
4. My score's an 8. What's your score for a teacher?
I'd have to say 4. 4 out of 10.
2.
I give it a 6. You give it a 2. Son of the Mask.
Negative.
I give it a solid 69 out of 40. Nice.
I give it a 0. I think it's
69
one of the
out
worst
of 420.
things I've seen through.
I'm gonna give it a negative 0.1.
You go right ahead. It's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Okay. It's terrible.
It's a 69 out of 420.
Yeah.
It's less than nothing.
It shouldn't exist.
It's dank.
Yeah. But anything else y'all want to add?
I'm done.
Alrighty. Intro out.
Let's go.
Alrighty, packing up.